Welcome to a very special episode of Somewhere in Time podcast, everybody.
Very special.
Yes. This is the episode where Joe gets sick and he can't join us for the podcast.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm
What is
Eric.
that motherfucker? I mean, God damn it. Does he have to be around sick people so often? Can't he just
It's, kind of his job.
Ask his boss to be like, hey, how about don't send me out on any of those phone calls anymore? You know?
Well, so Joe is not here, but I'm here. I'm Eric, and Tim is here.
I'm here.
And Keith is here.
I am.
And yes, you can find us online at somewhereintimepodcast.com. We're on YouTube, youtube.com/somewhereintimepodcast. Also, you can go to SIT podcast if you don't feel like typing out somewhere in time. But so, yeah, this episode, we're not talking about any albums. I don't know what the fuck we're doing. What's some shit that's happened recently, I guess.
Yeah.
We had a plan, and that plan was derailed. So
Thanks,
we're
Joe.
doing it live. Fuck it.
Calling it audible.
Yes.
Right.
But, you know, we've got things that are happening.
Yeah.
I should talk real quick before we get to Metallica. This
What
guitar
about
right here.
Lambert, Hendricks, and Ross? This is an album that, it's called Twisted. So maybe it's a metal album.
It doesn't look very
'cause
metal by the cover.
metal is, twisted. And yeah, you guys don't even know who Lambert, Hendricks, and Ross are.
No.
Yeah.
I know them as much as you know Battlesnake.
Yeah.
So.
Yes. they're vocalists from like the 60s, 70s. They just did kind of more like, G-rated. Hey, everybody, it's happiness. Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll talk about that album one day. No, we won't. I'm sure.
No.
I don't think
I should mention this guitar right here, this Charvel Joe Duplantier Sandema Style 2 Charvel, just had some major elective surgery on Sunday, thanks to our friend Greg Gonzalez. I should thank him profusely because so real quick, I'll try to make this quick as I can. Basically, the switch that controls the pickups on that guitar broke. I mean, it literally, like, one gig I was playing and I went to switch to the bridge pickup and it just would not engage. And so it was a shit show. That whole gig was a nightmare. So I brought it home.
bring backups.
I did. I had a backup, thankfully. But anyway, I opened the thing up, and much like me opening up the hood of a car, I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at. So, like, I did recognize that the switch was literally broken, though. Like, it was, like, on the inside, you open it up, the back of it was, like, just broken off. Like, it was, like, snapped in half, basically, from the inside. I'm like, oh, well, that doesn't look good. So I had Kevin, my brother, fix it, because he does fabrication and he welds. I'm like, well, if he welds, surely he can solder. Which he's like, well, I can try. So I brought it over to him and he looked at it. We I got a new switch. Ultimately, he was like, well, I could try to, like, crazy glue this back together, but you need a new switch. So I got a new switch. I brought it over there. He put it in and it was working. I was like, oh, cool, it's working. So
5
brought it
minutes
home.
later.
Well, brought it home and I, like, plugged it in. I was playing it, and then I noticed as I, like, lifted my hands off the guitar with, like, when you're, well, you guys don't know, you don't play guitar, but when you're playing guitar, you can palm mute it, and that's where, like, most metal guys are going to palm mute to get that chuggy, crunchy jing, 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 jing sound, right? Yeah. And I was doing that, and then I lifted my hand off of it, and I just hear this buzz. And I was like, that's not good. And then I'm pressing on, like, the screw where the pickup is, and it's going, I'm like, well, that's definitely not good. So,
grounding issues.
Yes, that's exactly what it was. Grounding issue. Yeah. So I took it to Greg, and so Greg's like, yeah, we can fix that. I brought it over to him, and he showed me, he, like, sent me a video the night before I came over, and he's like, this is what we're going to do. I'm like, all right, cool. So
yeah, we are.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, yeah. That procedure right there is what we're going to do. Yes.
Yeah. So, he opens it up and he's looking at it and he's like, okay, yeah, this looks okay. I think I know what to do here. So he's like, he basically takes off, like, everything. Like, he unsolders, I guess is the word.
His clothes, his underwear.
Well, no one was home, it was...
This kind of a procedure, you gotta do it the right way.
So he takes everything, he got unsolders everything, and he's like, all right, this needs to come out here, and he's like putting it back together, and he's like, all right, I got it back together, let's bring it in the other room and plug it in, and he plugs it in, and it's still doing it. He's like, all right, shit, okay. So ultimately this turned into like a 3-hour session of him going back and forth, unsoldering, and he finally got it. Like, he's like, all right, I think we got it, and he plugged it in, and it sounded pretty good. He's like, all right, at this point he had pulled out the it's called a potentiometer. It's like the volume where the volume knob is. He had pulled that out because things were being soldered to that, and he was soldering things back and forth there a lot too, trying to figure it out. And we got it figured out. We brought it back. We put the whole thing back together. He plugs it in, and there's nothing.
Oh,
it's like, let's go test it one more time. He plugs it back in, and nothing. Like, volume, like, he was messing with the volume because the volume was not, like, it wasn't going down all the way. Like, you could turn it, but the volume wasn't going down all the way at one point. So he's like, well, we got to fix that. So he kept soldering. And ultimately what he found out was he had soldered so much on the pot, the potentiometer, that it burned the thing out. Because he had like a multimeter tool that he was using to test to see if there was actually, push it on, put 1 meter on this, 1 meter on the other thing, it'll make it beep.
Yeah.
It wasn't beeping. So the thing was fucking dead. So he's like, all right.
Thanks a lot, Greg.
He's like,
sounds broken.
Greg has like 12 guitars, and he builds his own guitars. It's awesome. So he's like, you know what? I've built these things. Let me grab. I have an extra potentiometer. All right, yeah, a little extra potentiometer. I can just grab an extra pot, put it in there. So he grabbed one. He tested it. He's like, all right, this works. Cool. He takes the old one out. He solders the new one in. We test it before we put it back together. He's like, yes, this is working. Volume knob is working now. All right, cool. Let's put it back together. The the part that comes out where the volume knob hooks into wouldn't fit through the hole in my guitar.
What?
Yeah, because apparently the potentiometer I have came from like Indonesia, and it was this weird, really thin one that only that one would fit through that hole. So he could get the first part through, but the bottom part was too thick to fit through the hole, and you couldn't fit the screw on, so you couldn't put it back together. So at this point, we're like, fuck, what do we do? So he's like, we got to find out if there's one of these specific pots that you have for sale somewhere. Let's call Guitar Center. So we call Guitar Center. The guy's like, yeah, we have that. And he's like, are you sure? Like, he was measuring the thing. He's got like this tool that measures the circumference of the actual thing. He's like, I've got a tool here. It's 7.88 millimeters. Is it 7.88? He's like, I don't know. It looks about that, right? He goes, screw it. We'll drive. It's 10 minutes away. Let's go. So we drive to Guitar Center. We bring the old part, look at the new part, compare them. We're like, that top piece is a little short, but he's like, I think it'll work. So we go back, hook it up. He's like, yeah, I think it's going to work. We're like testing it. Yeah, I think it's going to work. Put it back in, and no, the screw will not reach once it's through it'll fit through the hole, but the top part is too small. So you can't get the screw on.
Oh.
So now we're at a point, it's like, I don't know, it's 4:00 at this point. I got there like 10 in the morning.
Oh my God.
We're like, all right. And we were this close to giving up. We were like, well, we're going to have to find some,
can't
like,
cost that much.
we were like, we got to look at some like bougie, like boutique guitar luthier site that sells this. And we found one up in like Pennsylvania that has them.
Oh my God.
And I was like, well, I don't know how I have a gig on Saturday. I don't know how long it's going to take to get here. And he's like, I don't have no idea. So he's texting some buddies of his, and one of the guys, he's like, just make the hole bigger in the guitar.
Oh.
He's like, oh. He's like, well, actually, that wouldn't, because you don't see it from the outside. Like if you take the knob off and you just like take an awl and just push it through there and just kind of screw it until the hole's a little bigger, because it's like literally a millimeter to get that. It was that close to getting it through. So he was like, I mean, I can do that. It's not gonna damage your guitar. You won't see it from the outside. I'm like, fuck it, let's do it. Yeah. So that's what we did. Got the correct pot in there, plugged it back in, and finally everything's working as it should.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember that guitar. You've had that for decades, right?
No. This one's pretty new.
That Chevelle? Okay.
Charvel's, yeah. I have a Charvel that I've had for decades, but that's not that one. I have another Charvel that I got like in '93. But
yeah, that Joe Duplantier one is like a fantasy football winnings guitar, isn't it? Something like that.
Oh,
yes, that's exactly what it is. Yeah, exactly. I won my work league, and that's a big money league. So
$50
money. Yeah, sure. So that was fun. So thank you, Greg. I really appreciate all of your effort, and I offered to take him out to lunch. He's like, "No, that's all right."
I've seen enough.
He was tired of seeing you at that point.
yeah. Go home.
He did say at the end of the day, he was like, "I'm done with this guitar. Don't bring this thing back to me." I'm like, "All right." Anyway, want to talk about Metallica?
Yes.
Keith's like, "No, I don't give a fuck."
I mean, I'm well aware that it's going to be a fun and good story for you and for other fans of the band. So,
well, maybe it could be a shit show. You don't know.
I saw the pictures. Well,
I'm trying to keep my audience in suspense here.
Yeah. Surprise! These guys saw Metallica and they enjoyed it. Shocking.
There's a little more to it than that.
Crazy.
A little more. Well, yeah, it's
the whole thing is crazy.
It is. Well, I mean, really, this started back in September because tickets went on sale in September of 2024 for this gig at FedEx, or not FedEx, what are they called? Northwest Stadium in DC.
Yeah.
And not even DC, Landover, Maryland. It's where the Commanders play. And it was on May 23rd? Is that right?
28th.
May 28th. Right. So I wasn't planning to go to this show. Like, when tickets were going on sale, I was looking at it going, I just saw them in Boston last year. I've seen this show. I've seen Pantera. Suicidal would be kind of cool to see, but I'm not like, I'm not going to pay, I don't want to pay $100 to go see the same show again and sit in the nosebleeds. So,
same here. I wasn't going to go.
Okay. Yeah.
I wasn't going to, I was like, well, yeah, the same thing, same exact thing. I was like, we just saw them. Why would I go? And then our brother, our older brother, Steve, he hadn't seen them for probably decades.
Yeah.
And he texted me and said, I want to go. Will you go? And I was like, oh man. I'm like,
and they weren't coming to Pittsburgh or anything on this leg either. So
no. And it was a Wednesday, I was like, of course, a Wednesday in Maryland. I'm like, that sounds like not great. Like, and I was like, well, and he's like, well, I haven't seen him for like 2 decades and I really want to go. And I was like, I mean, it's Metallica. Like, it doesn't take much to talk me into it.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
and it is a really cool stage setup and everything. So
yeah, and like, you should see them on this tour. It's because he's a big fan, like we are, and like, you should see them. So I was like, all right, cool. Let's go ahead and we'll go. So.
Yeah, and I still wasn't planning on going, and my friend Tyler is like, well, look, he texted me, are you going? And I was like, no. I explained why, and he's like, well, look, I'm getting tickets for my son. Your birthday just happened. If I just happen to buy you a ticket for your birthday, are you going to be okay with that? I was like, well, I'm going to say no. It's like, well, yeah, I mean, I'll go if you buy me a ticket. I'm not going to. He's like, all right, well, I'll let you know. And then the next day, he's like, happy birthday. And he sent me a copy of the ticket. I'm like, all right, cool. Not thinking anything of it. He got section 408. I'm like, okay, well, cool. We'll see him in the nosebleeds. It'll be all good, right? So what, like a month or 3 weeks before the show, you found the link for the Enter to Win Snake Pit?
Yeah, but so for all the shows, even if you're not going to a show, Metallica, if you're on the mailing list, they send an email saying, okay, M72 takeover of like Blacksburg, Virginia is coming this Wednesday, or the takeover of Charlotte, North Carolina is coming this weekend, and it has all the links to all the events and all the contests are in there. Here's how to enter for Snake Pit. Here's how to enter for meet and greet.
All right.
The email for Landover came relatively, close to the show, and it had mentioned nothing about contests. Nothing.
Yeah.
There never was an email sent about the contests at all, ever. I searched my emails. There was never anything sent out about this. So I just was like, are they even having a Snake Pit contest? Like, what is going on? So I logged into my Metallica club account, and I was like, oh, well, there's the button to enter the contest. I'm like, well, here's the link. So I sent you the link, and then you sent it to Tyler, and I was like, well, I might as well enter. Like,
Yeah.
of course, I'll enter to get in the snake pit. Like, I never win this stupid thing, but what the hell, I'll enter.
Right.
And well,
yeah. Guess what? Guess what? Tim won.
I won.
You won.
And they don't tell you this till like I think it was the day before. Yeah, the day before the show. They're like, "Oh, you won."
Maybe it was a Monday before.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah. So it's like, holy shit, I won.
Yeah. Yeah. So when he sent me that link, I sent it to Tyler, and so I immediately when you told me you won, I texted Tyler. I'm like, holy shit, Tim won the snake pit. He's like, oh, that's awesome. And I didn't hear back from him. He was like at work or like training or something, and he calls me at like 4:00. He's like, dude, I won too. I'm like, what? And he goes, yeah. And here's the kicker. With that, when you win that, it's you and a guest that you can bring.
Yeah.
And if you remember, Tyler got tickets for me and his son.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So guess who? I mean, he's not going to take me.
Yeah.
Like, that would be a dick move. And he said, because he called me and he's like, I have to apologize, man. I got to take my son. I'm like, of course you have to take your son. What am I going to say? Don't take your son. So I'm like, well, that's awesome. Congratulations. In the back of my head, I'm like, motherfucker, I'm going to be in section 408 by myself.
Alone, because it's a very lonely experience at Metallica shows.
But you didn't enter the contest, right?
Yeah. And that was the other frustrating part is like, you had literally texted me saying, why didn't you enter? And I'm like, what are you talking about? I can't enter. I didn't have a ticket. And you're like, well, yeah, you can. You can enter. Anyone can enter. I'm like, what do you mean enter? It's like, you just log in and enter to win. Like, what the fuck? I'm like, yeah. Oh, I was so mad. That night, I was just like, oh, I was so
I'm
pissed.
sure. Stewing. Yeah.
I was like, God damn it. Like, what the fuck? And, I told Tyler, and he's like, oh, yeah, I didn't even think about that. I'm like, God damn it. And of course, like, Tim and I are in this local chapter of the Metallica fan called Virginia Fuel, the Virginia chapter. And of course, everyone in there is like, yeah,
oh my God.
Pit. Like, everybody, I got
like,
snake pit.
Everyone won.
I'm like, everybody fucking got snake pit. What is going on here?
Like, I walked in that snake pit and like, there were just friends everywhere. Like,
yeah.
all the, like, the person who just fixed Eric's guitar was there.
He was there.
He was there. He's there.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's there.
That kind of leads into the next part of this. So, like, I think it was, at this point, it was a Tuesday before the show. And I like, Greg, the guy who fixed my guitar, he posts on Facebook something about, I think it was a picture of the pick. It was from a blood drive that they were doing. Like, they were giving out free picks at this, blood drive in the area. So, like Tim said, Metallica does like a whole city takeover. And one of those things is a blood drive in each city. So he went to that, and they were like, here's a pick. And at the same time, they were like, do you want a ticket to the show too? And he's like, I already have a ticket, but sure, I'll take one. So when I saw him post that, I commented saying, are you going to the show? And he sent me a DM, and he's like, I have a ticket to section 127 if you want it. I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, upgrade.
Like, I'd rather sit there than one with a 408, please.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was like, all right, well, I'll be in 127. That's better, at least, I guess.
Good.
But, in the back of my head, I'm still stewing. Like, God, but this really sucks. Like, Tim's going to be there. Steve's going to be there. Tyler's going to be there. His son's going to, like, all these people I know are going to be in this fucking snake pit, and I'm not. And as selfish and whiny as that is, I was still mad about it.
Well, it seems like you would have won. Like, everybody
I know.
won.
I know.
Like,
I know.
I do have some news. I mean, I didn't go, but I did win.
You probably would have won too.
No, I did. I just didn't want to, Maryland on a Wednesday.
Well, I don't blame you, quite frankly, for that.
Yeah.
So, on a whim, there's a contact that I have that has connections with Metallica. I'll just say that. And
blackmail.
I didn't, I happen to have this person's contact information, and I was considering not doing anything. And I was like, well, fuck it. I'm just going to reach out to this person and see if they can do anything. So I reached out sent an email on a Tuesday, and, thinking nothing's going to happen from it. And
had to be the biggest sob story too.
Oh yeah, it was. I was pouring my heart out. I was like,
Yeah.
I am literally what I was just saying. Like, I'm a Metallica fan for 35 years, and I've seen them over 30 times, but I've never seen them in the Snake Pit. I've never gotten those tickets before. Everybody I know had got them except for me. Why? Like, I mean, it was pathetic.
Laying it on thick.
Well, I mean, you do pathetic pretty darn well, Eric.
So I sent that email. I was like, oh, whatever. I don't think anything's gonna come of that. So we're driving to the show that Wednesday, and like as we're pulling into the parking lot, I get an email back from the person. No, wait, you know what? Let me start over, because that Tuesday night he did actually email me back and said something like, "I'll see what I can do." That was it. Like, it was very
New
short.
phone, who dis?
It was very short. Like, I'll see what I can do, but no promises. I was like, you know what? That's good enough for me. Seeing what you can do is, I'm not expecting anything. I didn't even write back. I was like, all right, cool. I did tell them, this person, in my original email, where I was going to be. I'm like, I'm going to be in section 408. So if there's any possibility that, you know someone there that can meet me and get me a snake pass, or snake pit pass, please. So when he wrote me back that night, I didn't do anything. And the next day, as we're pulling into the parking lot, he writes back again saying, okay, I know a person there, and they'll try to find you. And I was like, what does that mean? Like, I don't know this person. I mean, how are they going to find me? Like, what does that even mean? I was like, all right, well, I told them section 408, so I guess I'll just go to section 408. So, I get my ticket from Greg, the section 127. So I have that ticket, and I have the section 408 ticket. So like, I get in there, I'm walking around, like, we got in there right when it was like 3:30 when doors opened. So I got in there, and like, I got a t-shirt and, walked around a little bit just to kind of check things out. And then it's like, well, I might as well go up to section 408. And of course, there's no fucking escalator. There's no elevator. This is, it's like any other football stadium. It's just a ramp, and each ramp is like 200 yards. It's like,
It's ridiculous.
and it's
It's a
408,
football stadium, 200 yards, for
yeah, it's huge fucking humongous. So I'm like tired. I'm not in great shape. I get to the top and I'm like, oh God. And I get to the top and I look, and it's like section 435 that I'm at when I get to the top. And of course, I'm in section 408, which means it's on the other
side of the building.
Oh,
So
God.
I'm like, fuck. So I got to walk all the way to the other side. So I get over there. And of course, the section 127 was like the first section I saw when I walked in the building. So I could have gone right there. So I get there and I'm like, well, and oh, by the way, horrible weather this day. It was raining all day.
Pouring. Yeah, it was nasty.
And so I like get my poncho out and I go to my seat, and I'm literally sitting like huddled in my seat with my poncho on in the rain, like just going, okay, hopefully this person tries to find me now. So I was sitting there, and then Tim texts me. He's like, where are you? I'm like, text him back. I'm in section 408. And he's looking for me. He's like, oh, I see you. He snaps a picture.
You're the one person there?
Yeah. Well, basically, yeah, pretty much.
Because it was raining, and like, even in the snake pit, there was like nobody there. You could go anywhere you wanted.
Yeah.
Like, you could just pick your spot.
Like 5 o'clock at this point, maybe 4:45, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there was no problem just walking up like to the stage and just picking a spot like right on the,
yeah,
in the snake pit, because it was raining. I'm assuming that's why.
Yeah. So I'm waiting for like 30 minutes, and I'm texting with Tim. I'm like, I think I don't know. I think I'll just go to 127. I don't know. Maybe I'll stay up here long. It's like, you should tell the guy, this person, that you have a ticket for 127. I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to bug the guy. And he's like, well, it's probably easier for them to get there if you. I'm like, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so I send one more message. I'm like, all right. I'm really sorry, but I have a section 127 ticket. That's where I'm going to be. So I don't know if your contact knows if they're here, just have them find me. And if not, whatever, it's all good. So I do that. I start walking down the fucking huge ramp to get back down to the section 127. And I get there, and I'm like, the way that section was set up too was kind of weird, because it was like, there's like a row of seats, and then it extends to like once you get down to section like row 14, which is where I was, it goes into a longer section. So I was like, I think this is right. I hope this is right. And so I go.
Seats are facing the wrong direction.
Yeah. Why am I not seeing the band? What's going on? This is super weird.
Wow. This pole happens to be right in front of my chair.
Oh, God.
So I sit down in in seat one, in section 127, and like Suicidal is on at this point. Like they just started, and I'm sitting there watching them and just kind of, jamming out. And all of a sudden I get an email from a different person, and this person says, Eric, I got your name from this other guy. I'm here. Where are you? I'll come find you. I was like, oh shit. All right. So I take a picture of myself, like I take a selfie, and I write in the email back, I put the picture of myself on, like, here's where I am. This is what I look like. And, if you're here, yeah,
Dick
please.
pics.
God.
This is what I look like. Oops. So this person says, okay, I'll be there in 10 minutes. I'm like, what? I still don't know. Like, okay, they'll be here, but what does that mean? Like, I don't know if this means they're gonna have a snake pit pass. I don't know. So,
what are you gonna have to do for those tickets?
Exactly. So I'm just like anxiously like looking. I keep checking. Where's this person? And finally, I see this person coming down and looking at each. I told them which row I was in, so they're like looking at each row. I'm like, this is the person.
I imagine he was dressed like Lady Gaga.
A giant
whole entourage with meat suit.
I'm going to meet Eric. I need a
yeah.
So I'm we meet up and they're like, Eric? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, well, here you go. And they literally just I put my hand out and they put this pass on my arm. I'm like, you're good.
Yes.
I'm like, what? Yeah, that right there. There you go. Thanks for
focus.
Thanks for having the props ready.
Yeah. There you go. Boom.
So they
on YouTube,
had that. They put it on my wrist and they're like, okay, go have fun. And I was like, where do I go? Because I hadn't done this before. I was like,
good question.
oh yeah. So they point over to the stage, like, see where the stage kind of lifts a little bit? Like there's a little bump there. I'm like, like, that's where you go. So
I have video.
I mean, it's just like for me at that point, I'd be like, am I going to get shot trying to get to that?
Like, is this legit? I don't know you. Like, who? Like, I barely know this other person. Like, what is going on? Like, I hope this is good. I'm like walking down there, and like I get to, I walk down just to get to the floor, and the guy's like, yep, come on in. And then I get to where the snake pit is, and the guy, I just put my wrist up, and the guy's like, come on through. And yeah, like Tim said, he took video. It's amazing. It was so wild. I mean,
it's super weird. Yeah.
Suicidal was still on at this point. I'm walking under a stage where Mike Mirror is literally like walking over me.
Yeah. It's surreal.
Like, what is going on?
When you're in these stadiums, everyone experiences this, but your phone service sucks because everybody's on their phone.
Yeah.
So I was only getting like sporadic texts from you. I was trying to reply as much as I could, but like, I didn't know, like all the stuff you'd sent me, like, when you said, hey, they said they're going to come find me. I never even saw that text.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't even know that. I didn't know any of that. Like, I was like, I guess, like, I don't know. So I'm just sitting there watching Suicidal, and you just walked up. I was like, what the holy shit. You made
your
it.
Parents were there. And Santa Claus.
Everyone was there. Yeah, everyone was there. Except for Eric.
Yeah.
He's there. So.
Well, the first person I saw when I walked in was Greg and Rob, so who both have been on this podcast. So they saw me, they're like, "Holy shit!" Like Greg gave me a big bear hug. He's like, "This is awesome." Yeah, it is. So.
Yeah, I saw Rob. I saw both of them. I'm not sure if Rob knew who I was because I was like, and he's like, and then Greg saw me. He's like, "Hey man!" And he shook my hand.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, he's been on more than Rob, so
yeah.
He's been on a couple standalones without Rob. So.
That's true. Yeah. But yeah, that was super cool because so me and our brother Steve and Eric, we'd seen Metallica. We'd been to shows together, but we never actually stood like side
10
by
feet
side.
away from them.
No, well, that too, but we haven't sat like in the same section for some reason. I don't know why this has never happened, but it has never happened. Like,
because you hate each other.
I think a lot of times, I mean, the first time I saw them was 89.
89, yeah.
That was with Todd. I was with Todd, our cousin, and you were with
Evening with, right?
No, this was the Damage Justice.
the Cult.
Yeah, but Evening with Metallica, I thought was just the Justice Tour.
No, that was 92.
No, that was the Black Album.
Okay.
Yeah, 89 was
Yeah.
the Cult, and then
The Queensryche was the one I saw. So what happened was I had already seen Metallica on that run. Todd got tickets in March of '89. Todd, our cousin-in-law, got us tickets, and me and Steven went, and we actually got to meet them on that show.
Yeah.
And they came back in the summer, and Todd's like, "Hey, I have tickets," and I was like, "Well, why don't you and Eric go?" Because Todd is a fan. I was like, and Eric didn't get to see him, so you guys go this time, and me and Steven will just get nosebleeds. We had the best experience you could possibly have.
Right, yeah.
Last time, like we met the fucking band. So I'm like, we don't need anything more. You guys you guys go.
But other than that show, I don't know if there were, like, how many other times do we see them all three together? Because I know you and Steven saw them a bunch together, and you and I have seen them a ton together.
Yeah,
but I can't think of any, like, I'm sure there's more, I just don't remember.
Summer Sanitarium 2003. Steven said he went to that one.
Okay.
But he didn't, it was a different, for some, I don't remember him even being there. I didn't even know he was there.
Yeah.
It's weird.
He said he hadn't seen them in 20 years, so that would have been,
that makes sense, yeah.
20.
Yeah. But he was at that show. So I was like, I didn't even know you were at that show.
Yeah.
And beyond that, like, I think that was it.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, I saw them with Steven in '88 on the Monsters of Rock tour at RFK. So we went to that show.
I wasn't at that show.
Yeah. And we saw them, March 9th, '89. And then I saw them in Kentucky with Steven. 92.
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, that was weird because they were.
Did he not go to?
Go with
did he not go to either one of the Capitol Center ones in April of '92? I guess not.
He did not.
Okay.
No, he didn't. But I used to go with him to some of these truck shows, and we were at this one in Louisville, Kentucky, and it just happened to be the same time Metallica were in town, and we're like, "What the hell?" Like, Metallica's in town tonight, so we just got scalper tickets, and the seats were awesome.
Yeah,
so
that's cool.
Yeah, but anyway, we hadn't stood like side by side,
ever.
It's
so weird.
Which is weird. Yeah,
it is. It's really weird.
It's weird. Yeah.
And this time we did, and we were literally like, we could touch the band practically. So
how was the set? I mean, I guess you guys have already seen, but they changed things up a little bit, right? It's not the exact same set list every time, right?
A little bit. So this is a little bit different than last year, because last year every show was 2 nights, I think, right? It was a Friday and Sunday.
Yeah, they had no repeat weekends.
Yeah, and this time they're doing like random Wednesday shows or, Tuesday shows or something. And those shows typically have the same set list except for like 3 or 4 songs. Like, they always open with Creeping Death. They always go into For Whom the Bell Tolls after that. And then it gets a little weird, and then, like, not weird, but a little different. But they always close with like the last 5 songs. So
they are still doing the no repeat weekends. There's just certain certain one-offs. Yeah. So
yeah. So we saw that in Boston last year, and we got a really good set list in Boston last year.
Yeah.
So it didn't even matter, quite frankly, what the set list was.
It didn't.
It really didn't.
I could have played Lulu in its entirety, and I would have been happy.
Or as
James
said, in the 30th anniversary, we'll play Lulu backwards and call it Ul Ul.
Yeah. Seriously, because you're so focused on like the fact that the band, like, they're right in front of you. I mean,
it's insane.
When you get the email by the Snake Pit, one of the things in the email it says is, "Do not touch or grab the band." It literally says that in the email. That's how close you are. They're like, please don't grab them. They're going to be right in front of you. Like,
don't put your food on the stage. That was another one.
Well, here's my big question. As 2 musicians, I mean, literally being able to stare at, fingers of the guitarists and the sticks of the drummer. Like, how much were you like searing, like, whatever song got played, like Creeping Death, be like, fuck yes, to just watch the pedals hit or whatever. I'm sure Eric did too. But so Lars has 4 kits, so you only get so much time with him. I guess you'd say 25% of the show is going to be in your section, basically. So, and it rotates slowly, so everyone can get to see him. So at a certain point, he's directly in front of me, and his back is to me, so I can watch, like, just you're watching Lars in front of you playing.
Yeah, like you're watching 15 feet away from you.
Yeah, this is insane, and you're so close to the drums that the drums are louder than the PA. Like, you hear the snare and the cymbals.
Hear the actual heads.
You can hear the instrument being played. Yeah, it's that close. You hear the actual.
You don't hear it, like,
played.
It's louder than everything else. So much louder that's like if I tried to record this, it would sound like shit. Like all you'd hear would be drums.
It's insane. Like this is just amazing. You're just sitting here watching Lars play right in front of you. Like,
I mean, James
is going on
right there. Like there were moments where he was literally like playing guitar right in front of him. Like this is insane. I mean, he may as well be my living room right now. This is nuts.
Yeah,
I noticed, and I talked to you guys about. I don't know. I noticed when they played Master of Puppets, a little interesting thing that James was doing, where on the main riff, that's for all I've known my whole life. It's power chords. He was just doing a single and using his pinky like. I was like, I don't think he's always done that. Like I know he hasn't always done that. I've seen videos from back in the 80s and 90s of him playing power chords the whole way. So age, I guess. I don't know. It's probably easier to play it like that than try to do power chords. I mean, less it's if you have like carpal tunnel or something, I could see that being an issue, but I don't know.
Yeah.
But that was one, and I mean, Zakk Wylde, one of the fucking best guitar players ever. I got to see him like soloing right in front of me.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And
you should mention the Mike Muir thing too.
Yeah, Mike Muir, I'm sure you saw the picture, Keith, but he just jumped into the snake pit. And like, but my back was to him and I was like, is somebody starting a mosh pit? Because there was like this feel of like a push, like I was like, what is going on? And I turn around and Mike Muir's like right next to me. He's doing his Mike Muir thing, he's doing
the Mike Muir thing.
Yeah, he's doing the thing. Holy shit. So of course phone, get the phone. And you just tick, 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 take as many pictures as you can really fast. But that was I wish like the guys in Pantera would do that. Like jump into the snake pit. Like fuck it. They're not gonna hurt you. These people, everyone here is old.
Yes, yeah. That's the whole thing. Like, of the age, is Scott the oldest one of them? Scott Ian?
Of what?
Wait. He's not even there. What am I saying? Because it's Charlie and Zach. And who's the bassist? Yeah, Rex.
I think Rex might be the oldest. He definitely looks the oldest.
Yeah, he looks
a little withered.
Yeah.
And I can't complain about this show at all, but I will say it was a little disappointing that Charlie's drums were like on this riser over there, and we couldn't really see him that well. And their set, the drums were so loud.
Oh yeah,
so much louder than everything else. So
yeah,
like it sounded good. It just was the drums were a little bit too loud. So
yeah, we both looked at the show like, holy shit! Like as soon as he started playing, like I think they opened with a new level.
They did, yeah.
Maybe we go back to 408.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
if I wanted to.
But yeah, that and then boom. Oh my!
That first
snare hit. Like, oh my god!
Yeah, we both looked at each other like, oh shit! Is it gonna be like this the whole time? Yes, it is.
It was.
Yeah.
But yeah, they put on a great show, and Suicidal did too. And it was pouring rain when Suicidal played. Oh my god! The poor drummer was dropping sticks left and right. Jay Weinberg. He didn't care. He's just like, he's that guy.
That dude has like the best attitude I've ever seen of anyone playing in a band.
I don't know about that, according to some other people.
Well,
he
looks like he's having a great time and like a permanent smile on his face the whole time. So his appearance is very, like he's having a great time and just.
When I think about suicidal tendencies, that's what I think. Great time, smiles all around.
I totally forgot that Ben Weinberg's in that band, the guitar player from Dillinger Escape Plan.
Oh, really?
Not Weinberg. Is it Ben?
Something like that.
Well, it's hold on.
Max Weinberg and Jay Weinberg.
Yes, Jay Weinberg is his son, but it's Ben. Is it Ben Wyman? I think maybe.
I had no idea who the other, like I knew Ty Trujillo was playing bass.
I know Dean Pleasance is the guitarist.
Yeah, Ben Wyman. Yeah, he's Weinman. Sorry, Weinman. Ben Weinman. So he's in Suicidal now. He used to be in Dillinger Escape Plan. But Dillinger Escape Plan is no more. So yeah, I was like, hey, that's the dude from Dillinger. I forgot he was with this band. So that was cool to see him too. But yeah, Ty Trujillo, the son of Robert Trujillo. So he's such a
really little kid.
I know. It's a good question. How is that?
It is kind of like, all right, we see what happened there, that, you gave the kid your old spot because you're kind of a little, doing something a little bigger these days than what Suicidal is. But still, you could have given it to like, some old motherfucker that needed cash and not some high school kid that is already a multimillionaire. So
he's really good though. Oh my God,
he'll be 21 this year.
I'm not surprised. Yeah.
Wow, he'll be 20.
Yeah, he does look a lot younger.
Like
I thought he was like 17.
Yeah, he looks like a teenager.
Yeah.
There is one other story about that show that I can share quickly.
Oh, the truck driver thing?
Yeah, because our brother Steve, he has a online magazine, largecarmag.com. It's all about trucks. And he's like...
Breaking off, or what do we do the brakes?
What?
Knocking the brakes off.
Knocking brakes off.
Knocking brakes off. Yeah.
He's a I would say a minor celebrity in the trucking world. Like everyone knows Steve Ford. Everyone knows Large Car Mag. Like it's kind of like it's a crazy thing. So he knew two of the drivers for Metallica's crew. Like he knew these two guys were like, yeah, and then one of the trucks was like super nice actually. And that guy actually, so he was there, and the guy's like, "Hey, we're in the trucks. The trucks are parked in lot A, in this section. If you can get here, we're kind of like you need a pass to park here." I was like, "Well, we paid for parking. We paid for lot D, so we pull up, and the guy's like, "You got a pass?" I'm like, "I got a pass for D." He's like, "Do you want to park here?" And I was like, "Yes." he's like, "I don't care."
How much are they paying those guys? I'm sure it's nothing. So they're like,
nothing. He's like, "You got to pass to park in D. You want to park in A? I don't care. Park in A." And I was like, "Okay." I was like, walking distance of where these trucks are. I'm like, "Well, let's go park there." And Steven's like, "Yeah, let's do it." So we parked there, and Steven's like, he said they're right over here. And he's like, "Oh, I see the trucks are over there." And they're like, all the trucks are there. All the M72 trucks are over there. And he's like, "Let me just call these guys." So he has the guys' numbers. It's crazy. And he's like, "Hey, it's Steve from Large Car Mag." And they're like, "Okay, we'll be right out." And they come right out, and we were shooting the shit with these guys who haul Metallica's equipment. They hauled the towers, those big towers. Yeah. They haul those towers. And I was just asking him all these questions, like, "Hey, are there two stages? Like, how does this work?" He's like, "Yeah, he said, I think he said there's two rings, but not two of the towers," something like that.
Oh, okay.
But one of the guys had previously worked with Taylor Swift. He had driven for Taylor Swift. And he's like, "I got this truck upgraded because of Taylor Swift, because she takes care of her crew."
That's good.
He's like, she pays people like $25,000, like at the end of the tour. Like, that's for you.
She has
the money.
I own a lot of Taylor Swift. I mean, I've got a daughter, and my wife is also, saw her in New Orleans. But I mean, the more I read about, how she treats her staff, the more she's reclaimed her own music and been a big middle finger to the goddamn, record label. It is just, I love her more.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Like he's like, "I don't like her music, but she's great."
Yeah.
I don't listen to it, but she is great. And I'm like, "That's awesome, dude." And so Steven said he put him in the magazine, and the guy's like, "Well, man, I don't know how to thank you guys, man. That's awesome." And he's like, he gave me a shirt. Well, he gave Steven a shirt, and Steven's like, "This is a large. I can't wear it." And I'm like, "I'll take it." And then we're leaving. The guy's like, "Hey guys, wait a minute, hang on. Come here. He's like, "Go ahead and go in the bunk." We go in the bunk, and he's like, I do have something I can give you guys." And he pulls out a little bag, and it's full of picks, Metallica picks. He's like, "Just take some picks." I was like, "What?" He's like, "Take a couple, take a few." So I was like, "Can I take 3?" He's like, "You can take 3." So I got these 3. You can't see them. I know it's hard to see. I got 3.
Cannot see those at all.
Whoop.
No, there we go.
A little bit.
You can kind of see. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just grabbed the colorful ones. Like, I'm not going to waste your time here, buddy. But I just grabbed these picks. I'm like, fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And he's like, "All right."
And that was at the show. It was like, you get so greedy at these things because they're right there, and you're like, they come out with Kirk comes out with a bucket full of picks, and you're like, well,
yeah,
like he's gonna come to us, and he starts like right near us, but then goes the other way. And we're like, where are you going? You're like,
Yeah,
where
are you going? Where are you going?
Like Rob did the same thing. We're like, why are you going that way?
Yeah.
And Lars came out with his drumsticks and he's like looking and he goes like hops down on the other side of the stage. He's like, I'm gonna go over here. I'm like, oh, come on. But eventually
He was stingy
Kirk
with
came
those
back.
sticks. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know. But Kirk came back with like and just like threw a whole shitload of picks.
You're a drummer. I mean, drumsticks are expensive. You don't just toss drumsticks out. Once they break, go ahead and toss them out to whoever the hell wants to catch one.
Picks? Picks must be super cheap.
Picks are 20 cents a piece.
Yeah.
I mean, they're, I got those.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
you
I
got the
these
thing.
two. Yeah, I got that.
Yeah. I got.
So this is the one that
I
the
got
blood
that
drive
too.
one that Greg got, and this is the other one. The other side has
Capital.
it has the date. Yeah.
Yeah, I got one of those too. Those they were like that was like candy. They were just like throwing out like
one.
candy, just like.
I mean, if they've got the date,
That's
they've
awesome.
got to use them all right then and there, or they're stupid.
The cool thing is, I use these picks. This yellow pick, this is Kirk's pick, and I actually use these Jazz 3s, so that's the pick the kind of pick I use. So, and I didn't use it because of Kirk. I've used that for like 30 years. So, just saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was. I how can we say it wasn't the greatest Metallica concert experience ever? I mean,
it was my second best because the Metallica one, the 89 thing where I actually went backstage.
Oh yeah, you met them.
Met them. That's number one.
That one where you ended up in the pictures for the. Well, I guess you did.
I mean,
everyone else that was there ended up in the picture.
Yeah, I guess that's still. I mean, I met them in '92, so except I still haven't met Kirk, believe it or not.
Yeah,
but
yeah, but this was. I think this is number 2.
Or Rob.
I mean,
I haven't met Rob either.
Yeah, I haven't met Rob either. But yeah, I'd say this would be the number 2 concert experience. I mean, the 30th anniversary shows were like,
yeah,
oh my god, that was something else.
Yeah,
that was amazing. Yeah. That's probably dropped to 3 now, I guess.
But I mean, let's face it. Tim, you were mentioning last year or maybe 2 years ago that you and your wife ended up at DC 9 from Special Little Show, and you ended up at this tiny little corner. You were right next to you. Distance-wise, from that show as compared to the Snake Pit, how close were you to the bands?
At times the same. I mean, the only reason I didn't slap James's hands is I'm too short.
He got my pinky.
Right.
He was high-fiving people. And he got like I touched the sliver of his arm with my pinky.
I mean,
have you showered since?
I mean, you've been to DC 9, so you know the height of the stage is pretty much non-existent.
Yeah.
So that's
there isn't a stage there.
You're basically that was an eye level experience with that. That was the Airborne Toxic event, that's a great band, and even they said this is the smallest show we've ever played in our entire career. They didn't even expect it to be that. They were like, they walked out and they were like, what the fuck? Like they didn't even know.
Wow.
They didn't. Well, they had. It's cool if you join a little fan club thing. Yeah. They do these secret shows. They're free, and you just say I'd like to go to the show, and they say okay, you're on the list, and you get in as long as you're at capacity.
Did they actually badmouth the venue?
No. They were thrilled with it. They just were like, this is insane. We didn't realize this venue was this small, but they loved it. Like they had a blast, and the show was great. Yeah, that was insane. That's in terms of like overall concert experiences. That's probably like one of the top 5 because that was just like completely ridiculous. I mean, just like and that was only a few years ago. That was 2022. And I was like, but this was you're talking about Metallica.
I should. It's weird that I like. They're a household name, and I know that. But when I go and talk about this to like coworkers, and they're like freaking out because it's Metallica, I'm like, yeah. I guess that is something to freak out about. I just don't, in like this minuscule part of my mind, it's like there's still my band.
I know.
Like, there's still this.
It's so weird.
I had the same old people, like my our parents, like my mom, and she's like, "Oh yeah, that's so awesome." I'm like, awesome, but
I know it is totally like that in my head. There's still that little band for some reason, even though they're not. It's just
right.
It's crazy.
But when you hear like other people talking about them, or like you see things like the Virginia Tech thing, where it becomes such a huge part of that culture. It's like, it's like you don't even. That's weird to think about, but it's true. They're massive. So
because I mean,
caused a fucking earthquake, guys.
Yes,
Caused a fucking earthquake. I mean, come on.
I mean, when we first got into him, like wearing a Metallica shirt, you were made fun of. You were picked on for that.
Yeah.
And it was like,
you were picked on by the guys that were wearing like, I don't know, Bruce
Poison
Springsteen and Motley Crue shirts. Exactly.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
No, Bon Jovi.
Yes, that was a big.
If somebody made fun of me wearing a Bon Jovi shirt, and that wouldn't bother me. I would just think you're a fucking idiot. Like, I mean, like you're trying to be into like metal, but you're wearing a Bon Jovi shirt. Like, fuck off. I mean, that's ridiculous. It's more like the jocks, like those kind of guys. Like,
yes.
Fucking pussy, shit.
What was the jock bands of the 80s? I don't even remember.
I don't know if there were jock bands.
I don't know.
I don't know what they were listening to because I never talked to them.
I wouldn't be surprised if they were like listening to the Pet Shop Boys. Like all of their bands were like massive homosexuals, like the most homosexuals you could ever be. And they're like, man, I love these guys, like Judas Priest. So, man, Judas Priest is the best. Yeah. But yes,
I don't know.
It's the irony of the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so that's our Metallica story.
Yeah,
it's pretty impressive. It is cool how, like, let's face it, dominoes fell for you, Eric, and
Well, that's the thing. Like, this person, I'm trying not to say, like,
don't say his name.
Out this person, of course, but like,
don't say
the fact that they have this connection and that was able to happen for me, and then went through all these different channels. That just reinforces how much I love this band because they take care of their fans. Like, anytime I hear people picking on Metallica, I'm like, fuck you, because you don't understand. This band loves their fans, and they take care of their fans. And now I'm living proof of that. It's pretty fucking
Vinny
awesome.
Walnuts ain't going to stand for people making fun of that shit. So, oh, God, I said his name. Sorry, I didn't mean to. Oh, man.
Walnuts. Thank you, Mr. Walnuts.
Anyway. Yeah, so awesome.
It was awesome seeing you walk out of that. It was awesome. I just was like, that's one of these like core memories now of like, because I was sitting there like having a blast, like, and still in shock because this is still like Suicidal's playing, and I'm just like still in shock that I'm here. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, Eric's supposed to be like, he's supposed to be here. Like, this is not right. Like, all of our friends are here. He's supposed to be here. This is, you're like, God damn it. Like, this is awesome. But
he's here, but he's not right here. And that makes it bad. You
just feel like shit. Like, man, this isn't right. Like, and then like you walked up and you're like, I was like, oh, thank God.
Well, that's kind of how I explained it to this person. I was like, you don't understand. Like, we've been going to
my brother and my brother and my parents are all gonna
every person. Oh, there was another kicker here too. When I went, like, when we got to the parking lot, I saw Ted, who runs Virginia Fuel. So I walked over to him to say hello, and I'm like hanging out with him because I was like, no one was there. It was just me and Ted hanging out. And I told him the whole story, and he's like, "Oh, well, I got Snake Pit passes." Like, of course you do. I'm like, "How did you go?" Oh, one of the other people in the club, in the Virginia Fuel got it, and they gave me the other ticket. I'm like, "Oh, how nice for you! You've been there like 18 times, motherfucker." Anyway,
yeah. Like, how do we see them again after this? Like,
oh, I know. It's like, what's the point?
It's like, just go out on top. They're like, that's it. We're done now. Like, I don't know.
I mean, I guess we get section 408 and then enter the snake pit every single time. Hope for the best.
Like, you're not winning again, buddy.
Yeah, right. I know. They're gonna take me off the list for sure.
Yeah. I mean, they're not gonna come back for another. I don't know.
It'll be a while.
Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah. Let's. Yeah.
I did wonder if you would, like, because I know how horrible service is in that stadium, and I was wondering, like, maybe they haven't even seen these messages from me, so I didn't text Tyler on purpose. Like, I wanted it to be a surprise for Tyler, so I wasn't saying anything to him. And I was, I like I think I did send you you probably saw it later, but I think I sent you like a message saying this person's coming to meet me, and I was like,
yeah, you did, but I just never saw it. I never even got it. Like,
yeah,
until much later.
And I'm sure as the stadium, like, because when we were first in there, we were messaging each other, and it was going through pretty easily,
no problem.
As the stadium fills up, like that cell service just goes.
That bandwidth is gone.
Yeah, exactly. So
these stadiums need to put in their own, like,
their own cell services. They're like their own cell tower, basically.
Yeah, they should. They should have multiple. When they built this new stadium, they should take that into account and say, look, people are on here on their phones, like thousands of people on their phones. Take this into account.
We saw them in Boston, and I feel like cell service was fine there, and that's a bigger stadium. So
yeah, that could be part of it. It's just it's older stadium. It's where it is.
Yeah.
So did you guys make Joe cry?
I told Joe the whole story, like, because I hung out with him since. Did he cry? No, and I felt like I did feel kind of guilty telling him the story. I was like, hey, I mean, he didn't plan to go. I didn't plan to go, really, and I think he was working that day anyway. So
it's a Wednesday. It's
like, again, none of this was planned. That's the craziest thing about all of this is within the span of 48 hours, I went from thinking I was going to be by myself in Section 408 to
standing next to James
Hetfield. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no. Like, if I had known, I would have printed that picture of me like as a dork with my glasses, meeting Lars, and I had that goofy smile. And I would have printed that, and laminated it, and held it up when he was near our section, been like, "Look, when you met me and I was a dork, remember 1989? Look at the dork." And he'd be like, fuck yeah, dude.
Maybe he would have gotten a stick.
You never know.
You never know.
I mean, it's a crazy picture, and he knows his own face. So he'll be like, me, that's you. But I didn't have time. So, yeah. There was one other crazy thing that happened, too. Like, everything lined up with this show. So I wanted the Landover vinyl because it's Commander's colors, it's burgundy and gold. So the 72 seasons, I should go back up. Every Metallica show in these stadiums has a stadium-specific vinyl, 72 seasons colored vinyl, and it's specific to the colors of the team that plays there. So I got it. I got the one in Boston was the Patriots colors. I'm like, okay, well, red, white, and blue. Zippity-doo. I was like, man, if they ever played at like where the Commanders play, you get burgundy and gold Metallica vinyl. That'd be awesome. And sure enough, they did. I'm like, shit, I want to get that. But you have to get to the pop-up shop early because these things sell out quick.
Yeah, like on a
There's
Tuesday,
no way.
too.
I'm like, and I'm driving. I was like, there's no way I can do this. So I just randomly put on Facebook, hey, is anybody going to the pop-up shop? If you are, I know it's a long shot, but can you buy me the vinyl? I'll pay you back. I'll give you maybe something extra. And some guy was like, yeah, this guy Ryan. He's like, yeah, I'll do it. I'm like, yeah, right. You don't even know me. Dude's asking you to spend $50. He's like, I'll do it. And I messaged him on Facebook Messenger, and he's like, yeah. And then he said, I'll try. I was like, okay. And then the next day he's like, I got it. I'm like, what? Yeah, I got it. No problem. I'm like, holy shit. Okay. So, yeah.
Well, and you'll have to do an unboxing of that one. Yeah.
I thought so. It's right here. I should do an unboxing of it because it's the outside looks the same, but it says on the top.
Yeah.
Black, white, maroon, orange, which is not entirely correct.
No, there's no orange in Commanders.
It's burgundy and gold, you guys. Come on now.
Yeah. But you could say burgundy, gold, and black because they do have some black in there.
You could say
they've got an entire black uniform now.
Well, they do. Yeah.
Some reason.
Deep six.
They could have just done a black vinyl and said, this is for the
I'd be so pissed off.
Yeah, it's your blackout color. You twice a year.
Son of a
All right. Do we want to get into some bracket stuff?
Let's do bracket stuff. Yeah.
All right, so we'll start with the Northwest region. I don't know why I call it these, but
Texas.
Hey, look, Texas. There it is. Vulgar Display of Power. Vulgar Display went up against Rust and Peace, and Vulgar Display won that by 70%.
Not a shock.
Surprising. We all got a point for that one. We all voted for Vulgar Display. Then we had Bad Motorfinger going up against Persistence of Time. Bad Motorfinger won. That was a close one though. 55% Bad Motorfinger. We all did pick Bad Motorfinger, so that's a winner.
Yeah. That's a
then we had Sound of White Noise versus Versus, and Versus was the victor there by 54%. That was another close one. Keith and I both chose Versus, so we got a point for that one. And then we had, let me scroll down. We had Undertow versus Evil Empire.
I thought Undertow won this one.
No, it was close. It was an Evil Empire comeback, but we all picked Undertow. We were all wrong. So that was that. And then we'll go down to the Southwest region, where we have Danzig 2 versus La Sexorcisto by White Zombie, and Danzig 2 was the victor there by 63%, which it should have won. But,
well, yeah.
I picked Zombie. I think we all did, except Joe. Joe actually got the point on that one.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
I think I took Danzig on that.
You said Zombie.
No, really? All right.
Yeah. Scumdogs versus Around the Fur. Scumdogs won that by 60%. We all picked Scumdogs on that one. And Downward Spiral versus Horoscope. Downward Spiral won that one by 74%.
Easy.
Yeah. And then the last one is King for a Day versus Battle of Los Angeles, which I thought, King for a Day won, which by 66%. So I guess people don't like that album as much as the first two, which it's accurate.
Yeah.
I love that band, and seriously, I don't understand. I got into a huge argument back in 2001 that this is the album that took them to that blew them up and showed how powerful. And it's like, no, man. Their first two are phenomenal. This is still a great album, but it's doesn't have just like non-stop brutality of like, especially the first one. The first one just kicks your fucking ass. But one way or another.
All right, so let's move over.
Now to the east.
Yes, so we have Northeast region, Metallica, Black Album versus Far Beyond Driven. So Metallica won that one by, where am I here? 78%. That was a pretty big victory.
Wow, that's more than I expected.
Yeah, we all picked Black Album, so we all got the point on that one. Then we got Enema versus Super Unknown, and Enema won that by 77%, so that's pretty good.
Yeah,
we all picked Enema on that one, so we're good. We all got the point on that one. Then we had Cowboys from Hell versus Arise, and Cowboys from Hell won that one. I was a little surprised by that.
Yeah,
I'm kind of shocked too.
Yeah, Arise is a better album, I think, overall.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's close, but I think it's a better overall album than Cowboys. Cowboys has some
Cemetery Gates.
No, Cemetery Gates is great.
No, not Cemetery Gates. What am I thinking of? What's the one where
Shattered?
Is that the one where the second high falsetto?
Yes.
Shattered.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically, the entire second side, except for the utter shredding, I think is pretty much not so great.
So, then we had Purple versus Dirt.
Give me a break.
Yeah.
Dirt.
Surprise!
Can you guess how much I won by?
Gotta be like 100%.
It was 100%.
Yeah, it has to be. Give me a break.
We all picked that one, so all got the point there.
Yeah.
All right, moving down to the Southeast region, we have Korn versus Suicidal. So Korn's debut versus Lights Camera Revolution. Lights Camera Revolution won that by 84%.
Yeah.
And we had Chaos AD versus Cleansing. This is where Prong gets knocked out, unfortunately, but Chaos AD won that one by 60%.
It's a better album.
Here are two upsets. So we had Facelift versus Wrathchild America 3D. And by 54%, 3D won. I can't believe it.
Yes. I can't believe it. I don't think we predicted that. We didn't predict that.
We all picked Facelift.
Wait a minute. The last? Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. Yeah.
What is this jack off? I mean, you damn, Virginia Fuel, yeah. No, I mean,
It's probably
one
all
of these
those
albums. One of these albums significantly changed the landscape of music in the decade, if not ever since. And you jackasses chose 2 bad Metallica albums. I mean, they're not even.
No.
Oh God,
Not bad.
whatever.
Just different.
compared to Nevermind, absolute garbage.
Okay, so now we get to go back and look at the Sweet 16 to figure out who's going to go forward for these.
Well,
so
I mean, let's face it, Vulgar was the number 1 seed going into this whole fucking thing. Because I mean,
yeah.
I mean, I can pretty much tell you as soon as you said, "Hey, let's go ahead and do this," I already was going to tell you, well, Vulgar's going to win the whole goddamn thing. So
I think it'll be Vulgar versus Dirt.
Oh, you don't think 3D is gonna?
No. All right. So then we have.
I think Dirt might actually win, but anyway.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. So we have Versus by Pearl Jam versus Evil Empire by Rage Against the Machine. Oh, by the way, Joe picked Vulgar on the last one, which not surprising.
Really? Joe?
Yeah, right. This is tough.
It is.
Evil Empire's. Yeah, Evil Empire's like really
Great.
popular in this bracket, and it is a great album.
Yeah.
It's my favorite by them. So, but I'll say Versus.
I'm going Rage.
Versus.
Okay. All right. So Joe picked Rage on that one as well. All right. So then we got Danzig 2 versus Scumdogs of the Universe. That's a tough one.
Danzig.
I'll go Danzig also. Are you going to say Guar?
Yep.
Joe picked Scumdogs also.
There is the fact that they're local.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That could
Changing
be
your
like,
vote?
hey, no.
All right, then we got Downward Spiral versus King for a Day. I think Downward Spiral is going to take that one.
Yeah, that's easy.
I don't know. I mean, this is one of those that it's just like King really hit me at a nice point, and I think I'm going to have to go King, even though I shouldn't.
What do you think the people will choose?
Downward Spiral. I mean,
yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, if you throw Downward Spiral up against, Angel Dust, maybe or but
yeah,
I don't think King is not going to beat Downward Spiral.
No.
An album that most everyone went out and bought. So
yeah, there's no way.
All right, so we're moving on to the East region here. Oh, let me go up a little. What am I doing? Black Album versus Enema. That's a tough one.
Tool.
Whew.
Tool, easy.
I'm going to go Metallica.
Oh.
I agree. I think Metallica's going to win.
Yeah. Joe picked Black Album on that one, by the way.
That's Tool's best album.
It is. And, oh man,
Is it
better than the Black Album? I don't know. That's tough.
right? Is it better than the Black
Easily.
Album?
No, I mean, I know you think that, Keith. That's
I mean, I know which one I listen to more in my life, and I listen to the Black Album more, but like,
sure.
So same with me. I don't own that Enema. So
I would say if some of the songs on Black Album weren't so overplayed, it would be a better album. But I think overall, I probably like Enema. I probably play Enema now more than I do Black Album.
Oh, for sure. Oh my God, yeah.
So
yeah, who's putting the Black Album on front to back?
No, I know.
Let's listen to Enter
The last
Sandman.
time I did that was when I got the box set, and I actually did listen to it because I wanted to hear what it sounded like on vinyl, the remastered and everything. So
I think the last time I did it was for the podcast, and we were talking about it. I did listen to it front to back on vinyl. Yeah. But yeah, like, are you? No, you are not.
All right, then we have. Oh, come on, Cowboys from Hell versus Dirt.
I mean,
come on.
That's we don't need to spend too much time on
that.
Ridiculous.
Lights Camera versus KSID. I think KSID wins that one.
easily.
I want to put lights, but I can't. I gotta do chaos.
Yeah. All right, then we got.
Gee, oh my god! Wrathchild easily's got my pick here. Man, they're gonna make it to the Final Four for Christ's sake.
They're the dark horse.
They really are.
The GMU, man.
They're coming back.
They are. Yeah.
I'll go Load though.
I think Load wins. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, what's the better album though?
3D.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah,
it is.
True.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that's
especially since you throw in Reload in there, which
Yeah. That was the whole thing. Like,
can we add Lulu into that group too?
No. Those are totally different categories.
I don't want to disparage Reload. I mean, Reload has some awesome songs, but it also has Prince Charming, Bad Seed, and
Slither.
Yeah. So,
although I kind of like Slither actually.
It's not. Yeah. It's just really just Prince Charming. This.
Yeah, that's true. Joe picked Load, by the way, on that one.
Yeah.
So just letting you know.
I mean, I love Load front to back. Yeah.
All right.
Is there any news we want to talk about? Is the statement that Billy Milano came out with recently?
We talked about Billy Milano last episode, but like, I don't know if I guess he's doubled down and now.
Yes, he apparently called Charlie Benante a woman.
That's in that interview.
Yeah. Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's what it's from. It's all from that same interview.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. I just read more. I read more about it after the fact, I guess.
Yeah, he basically says that Scott and Charlie are evil people. They're thieves, and Charlie's a woman. Yeah.
What does that even mean? Charlie's a woman.
I think he calls him Charlene, like as a joke. I don't know, because he's bitchy like a woman. He just bitches all the time like a woman. He's very
stupid.
He's very
says the guy bitching.
Yeah, right. I know. Hello, pot. Meet kettle.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, all right. We already discussed that last time, but there is at least, one thing from the punk side of things. Another death to note is Colin Jerwood, the lead singer of Conflict, an anarchist punk band that kind of went hand in hand with Crass in the early to mid 80s, and is still putting out stuff and performing. This is one of those bands that was so huge to me getting into punk rock initially. I mean, holy shit, this is one of those bands that was just like, God, I gotta see these guys, and thank God I did, like 12 or 13 years ago up at Baltimore, and just one of those, like, yes, that needed to happen in my life, and now that he has passed, and it's that band has really been for like the last 40 years, Colin and other random musicians playing with Colin. Whoever they let have a visa, for this tour.
Did you say? I'm sorry. Did you say where they're from?
They're from England. They're from London.
Okay. Gotcha.
Or I believe they're from London, but yes, hardcore British anarchist punk band. One of the best from that element of the old school punk bands. They are just so phenomenal, and I would definitely stress to anyone who's interested in hardline leftist political punk, if you don't know Conflict, you absolutely should. Those guys are phenomenal.
We'll play some of this here.
Play The Serenade Is Dead.
The Serenade Is Dead. Okay, let me find that.
very British.
Yeah. The one big thing that I love that he as a vocalist does, like, you know, you have your list of, you know, members in the band or whatever, and he's, you know, listed as the vocalist. But if you listen to song by song and track by track, you get to hear he, and really watching him live, it was like, oh yeah, there's no way he'd be able to sing that part because he kind of overlaps on top of himself. And he does all of the vocals, but he does it with a different thing that initially when I first heard this band, I figured like, okay, you got your lead singer and then the bassist does some of the vocals and the guitarist and the drummer and whoever else and some guy over there in the back, because he does it with kind of like a little bit of a different, you know, a texture or sometimes he's a little more gravelly. And I always thought that there was like numerous guys bouncing back and forth for vocals because, like, seriously, the way it is, like, watching him live, you can actually see he's fucking, I mean, of course, let's bear in mind, this was 10 years ago and he just passed away in his 60s. So he was definitely in his late 50s at the time. But, you know, he's sitting up there singing, you know, doing quick tempos and all of that. And then it, you know, the overlapping vocals, and he ain't singing that part because he is catching his breath. You know, they definitely set some of their songs up where it sounds awesome on the, you know, the recording, and there's no way to do it live without two vocalists. So,
yeah.
But one way or another, you know, he died of, you know, it was after a short illness, so they haven't really stated what caused his death. But, you know, hey, cheers to him, and thank you.
Yeah. The only other news I have is just all these new releases that have come out in the last few days.
Yeah. There were a few.
So, Battlesnake, Dawn of the Exultants, and the Hunt for the Shepherd. So we'll talk about that first. This is a release we've been anxiously waiting for because we heard the song Shepherd Hunter like a month ago. We're like, oh my God, this song is ridiculous. It is really good. It's probably the best song on the album, but the album is very good. It opens like, I think I posted on Facebook about this, but it's like if you have ever imagined what like what did I say, Spinal Tap meets Ghost meets Gwar sounds like. This is your band.
Pretty accurate, yeah.
Because this is how the album opens. At first, you're like, this is kind of ghosty.
Yeah,
then,
very gothic.
Yes.
Not east, not west, not north, nor south. Time decaying slowly in graceful solitude. The citadel lies festering. Yet deep in the caverns of her great belly, a spirit stirs. From across the wadi, a screeching engine cries, shattering the ancient frost. The earth breathes, metal's womb unlatched, pulpits rise. Hallowed is the fetus, wreathed in flame. Left spell, hearken thou prophecy, for a second shepherd doth lead them. Festering
like, did these guys play D&D? Because you know that.
The return
No,
of
for
the
sure.
biomecha deity. In forges deep, fires hiss and whir.
Anyway, I mean, it goes on. It's a minute and 46 seconds of that.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. It doesn't start a song at some point.
Well, it does. No, it goes into this
Take
song.
the chalice and hold it against thy writhe beast.
It goes into this. Which we'd heard this song before, too. This was one of the ones.
Yeah.
We'll get to the chorus of this one, I guess.
Church from ancient rock.
Then, we heard Shepherd Hunter, which is awesome. We've played that already, so I won't have to play it again.
Yeah.
Unless we want to play the very end again, which is just fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, you could.
I gotta find it. But yeah, it's like...
Nasty.
It's so good. Anyway, so there's that song. Sanctus Robotus or Sanctum Robotus. That was another highlight for me. The chorus of that song is so good. It's like almost typo negative-ish because he gets so deep with his vocals. Not here. I'll tell you when. Well, you'll know. Yeah. Bagpipes.
Yeah.
That's really good too. The last song's really good too. It was very Pink Floyd-y at some points. So highly recommend that album. It's really good.
Yeah. It's from Australia, right?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Volbeat released a new album.
Yeah. Finally heard it today. It's good.
It is good. Yeah. I was a little hesitant going. I liked the 2 singles they put out, so I was, cautiously optimistic, I guess you could say.
What label are they on right now?
Geez, I don't even know. I'm going to guess like Metal Blade or something. Not Metal Blade. What's the one that everyone is on? Nuclear Blast, maybe?
Nuclear Blast.
Well, it says the band is signed a Dutch label because they're from Denmark, so. Mascot Records.
Oh, yes, that would make sense.
The latest one says Vertigo.
Oh, okay.
Vertigo, Republic Universal. 3 different labels. But yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I really like the first 3 on this album were really good. And there was another one. I got to listen to it some more because there was another one that had a really cool riff in it. I can't remember which song it was, though.
Yeah, I
had any notes.
I literally heard this hours ago, so it's totally fresh. I just liked it, but I can't point anything out, but it is a good album.
Yeah.
They're a band that it seems like the albums come out and you enjoy them, like 5-6 times, and you just don't go back for some reason.
Yeah, I have the same issue with them. It's like,
yeah,
it's kind of like when we saw them live open for Ghost. You're like, all right, well, I've heard 6 or 7 songs. I'm
good.
I've got my fill. I'm good.
Yeah, it's a funny thing.
Yeah, and people loved it. Like Justin loves them. Chris DCR actually reached out to me asking if I want to go see them because I guess they're touring. I'm like, yeah. If it was free, I'd go.
Yeah.
Buy me a ticket again. I'm a greedy bastard.
Yeah, exactly. I'd see them for free. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, they were fun to watch.
No, yeah, they're good. I've actually seen them like 3 times because they keep opening for bands that I want to see. So
yeah, that's what they do.
Yeah. But I'll play the opening track.
Yeah, play some of those.
That was really good. Production's really good on this album. I found. Like, I love his guitar tone.
Yeah. Good riff.
Yeah. That's the thing with this band is a lot of good riffs.
Yeah.
You know, and this is a good album. There's moments where it's like, oh, that's a really cool riff, but it's not like the main riff of the song. You know, so
yeah.
But no, it's good. I like you said, you kind of listen to their albums and then kind of forget about them. So I can't really relate. I can't really figure out, is it better than the last one? I guess probably, but I don't know.
The last one was good too, and I really liked it. And I just don't go back. It's one of those weird things.
Yeah.
I even see like their vinyl, and I'm like, yeah, and I don't buy it.
No.
It's weird.
The Turnstile album I haven't really listened to that much yet. I got like halfway through it, so.
Oh, okay. I listened to that today as well. Because there was one song I was like, oh, that's really good.
Oh, I didn't mention the name of the Volbeat album, did I?
Oh, no, you did not.
God of Angels Trust is the name of the album. So
there you go.
And Turnstile is Never Enough. It's the
Yeah.
name of the album.
That's the thing I don't get. Like, I spent a lot of time in the Baltimore hardcore scene, and like, I mean, it's beautiful that a Baltimore band is like this huge and just seemingly gaining even more momentum. So that's awesome, but it's weird that I don't know them at all. Like, it's just like, wait a minute, you came out of the Baltimore hardcore scene. I should like know your first names or something,
Yeah.
But I mean, who knows?
I did listen. Actually, I'm looking at the track listing. I did listen to the whole album. I'm looking now, and I want to say maybe Birds was really good. I think
that's
was
the
one of
one,
the
yeah.
faster ones. Okay.
Go to like, let's see, I'm listening to it now. Hang on. Like 115-ish. It gets really heavy.
Yeah, okay.
That song.
You know who they cite as an influence? 311. Just saying.
I'm not surprised, I mean, I can hear it.
Yeah.
They just don't do the reggae rappy stuff that I don't like. So.
Yeah.
It's like the other side of 311 that I kind of do like. It's just,
I should have a 311 vinyl coming soon. They did a 30th anniversary of their Blue album.
Word.
Okay.
Yeah, I got the first two. This is their third album. I got the first two for their anniversary, so I had to get the third one too.
yeah.
But yeah,
You have to complete the collection.
yeah. Any other ones from this one you want to highlight real quick?
I don't
Style.
I don't know.
I know you've only listened to it like once, so
Yeah, just once. The title track is being played on the radio, and it's very. It doesn't sound like them that much. It's kind of more mellow. It's being played on Alt Nation, so that tells you anything.
Yeah.
It's like, okay,
Was
it's a good
Dreaming
song.
one?
It's just,
I feel like Dreaming was a good one too.
When I get so dreaming, then I know everything I feel is so real. When I get so dreaming, then I know.
Oh, this has some cool percussion stuff in it.
yeah.
A beautiful trip, colors of play, all falling out of
Horns.
ska. Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up.
Where's the guy dancing around for?
Oh, where's the boss tone?
Yeah. Missing the riff though.
What's funny is 311 never. I think they were kind of Scotch, but they never had horns. Like they never got into the horn thing. So, yeah. Like Sublime was all over. Sublime had horns all over the place.
Sublime was flat out. They were a ska punk band. The fact that they didn't have any horns on their big breakthrough stuff, fine, whatever. That's still all upstroke and
yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it.
Yep. Well, cool. I don't know. Do we have anything else, or should we call it for this episode?
Do we have a what you're listening to?
I found one actually.
Oh, I thought what this was. I mean, I know it's news, but like the shit I've been shit you got to hear. That's what I've been listening to. So, okay, go ahead.
Actually, there's two. Well, there's one's a podcast and one is an album. I'll do the album first. So, there's a band called Better Lovers. Have you heard of them?
No,
I've heard of them. Yes. Oh yeah, actually,
Better Lovers.
I am one of them.
Hopefully, you didn't already talk about them.
No, I found them like 2 years ago. What was the album? I don't remember, but I've heard them before. I don't remember why, but yeah, they look familiar.
The singer is
God Made Me an Animal.
Pucciado.
Oh, okay, that's why I've heard of them. I think you may have told me about them actually.
I don't know. Maybe if I did, I totally forgot about them.
Yeah. Yeah, God Made Me an Animal. They have an EP in 2023 called God Made Me an Animal. That's
So they had a full album in 2024 called Highly Irresponsible, and it's good.
I didn't even notice. Oh, okay, awesome. That's awesome.
The lead singer is the lead singer for Fugazi, or
no? He was in Dillinger Escape Plan, but he also does his own solo stuff, and he has. I mean, when you hear his voice, you're like, oh, it's that guy. Like he
said, Greg Pucciado, not Fugazi.
Okay, I thought you said
Fugazi.
I thought you said Guy.
No.
And I don't know his last name, but yeah.
Superman Died Paralyzed is one of the song titles. That's pretty good.
Well, that's,
go ahead and play it. His voice.
You tell Randy about this band?
No, I will.
Yeah, you need to.
Oh,
nice. Nice. That double bass. Yeah. Shit, I gotta listen to this album. This is really good. The album cover's hilarious.
I know.
Kid blowing his face up with firecrackers.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound good.
It's a cartoon.
It's a cartoon, yeah. So they were formed after the delusion of Every Time I Die, which is not a good band.
Oh, that's a good band too. Yeah.
Are they?
Is it members from that band? No,
yeah,
like
well,
Every Time I Die.
it's okay.
Yeah,
I'm misremembering somebody, but yeah. So the group consists of vocalist Greg Pucciado, guitarist Jordan Buckley, and Will Putney, bassist Stephen. I'm trying that last name. Anyway, it's often labeled as a supergroup. The band features members formerly of Every Time I Die and Dillinger Escape Plan, as well as a current member of Fit for an Autopsy, which is a full-blown death metal band.
Oh, yeah. I liked Every Time I Die. I'll play a little bit of them real quick. Just get old.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, they're good. Yeah, they're not. I mean, they get kind of lumped into those bands like, I don't know, Avenged Seven. No, they're not like Avenged Sevenfold at all. But they, like you hear them and you're like, I don't know if I like them. But then you go actually listen to them, like, oh, they're actually pretty fucking good. So
yeah.
What was the podcast?
It's Full Metal Jackie, which sounds terrible.
Oh,
I know,
yeah.
but-
No, I know that.
Okay.
I don't listen to it regularly, but she's been interviewed
of
on a
that,
whole ton
yeah.
of stuff for I'd say for
it's
at least
decades.
10, 20 years. Yeah.
Yeah. She goes way back. So I guess she had like a radio show in LA and just goes.
Yeah.
But it's kind of cool because the if you listen to the podcast, she has a radio show, but the podcast is only the interview portions of her show. So the music's all
that's
cut
cool.
out. So there's a bunch of really cool people on there that she's interviewed. She had like Chuck Billy on there. She's had I don't know.
I see Al Jurgensen on here.
Yeah, that was a good one. Gary Holt was on here. Henry Rollins, that was a good one. I think.
Nice.
That's how I found out. Greg Pucciato was on here. That's how I found out about this. The Better Lovers band was because of this podcast. Yeah,
Gotcha.
Rob Halford, Dave Mustaine. There's tons of. Oh wow, look at that. Eric AK from Flotsam is on here. John Bush. Wow, this is awesome. So yeah, bunch of cool interviews you can listen to, and they're pretty short. But and she's not annoying, which is good.
She interviewed King Diamond in February. There you go.
Yeah, that was a good one too. Yeah. And she's not annoying. She's totally cool, and
She doesn't have vocal fry.
no, she doesn't she's not putting on this, the dumb radio voice or any of that stuff.
That's good.
It's just her and she has good knowledge of music, so it's definitely worth a listen. And she's been around so long that people just, oh yeah, I know her.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Yeah.
What do you have, Keith?
Just with a lot of the political stuff going on these days, I've been listening to a lot of politically oriented stuff. So right now it's this Phil Ox best of that came out in Record Store Day either 1 or 2 years ago, but it's got Cans of Christianity, City Boy, Sailors and Soldiers, and obviously the one that you should play, Love Me, I'm a Liberal, because it definitely speaks from the worthless Democratic Party that exists today and the fascist conservatives that we voted. The idiots voted. We're not political.
This is live.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if all of this is live, but yeah.
Of political opinion. One of the shadiest of these is the liberals. An outspoken group on many subjects.
I don't know
10
Phil
degrees
Ox.
to the left of center in good times. 10 degrees to the right of center if it affects them personally. So here then is a lesson in safe logic. I cried when they shot Medgar Evers. Tears ran down my spine. And I cried when they shot Mr. Kennedy, as though I'd lost a father of mine. But Malcolm X got what was coming. He got what he asked for this time. So love me, love me, love me, I'm a liberal. Get it?
Nice.
Yeah, it's trust me, that is a freaking phenomenal song, and it is a kick to the face of every goddamn, leftist that really is more rightist. But one way or another.
All right.
So we'll
All
have
right.
Joe back next time.
Yeah. We got some 95 albums to get back into, so.
and a 96 one, maybe.
What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. Shut up. All right. Well, for Keith and Tim, this is Eric saying.
Thank you. Good fucking night.
energy, aggression, power. To sum it up, it's a vulgar display of power.
Sometimes I think you drink just a little too much blood.
I'm sorry, I'm going to PA. Bloodaholics Anonymous. Cutting it up big time.
They are miserable slaves of Satan!
Some cunt's recording this.